Hey everyone, it's Alex from BoardGameCo, and today we have a shorter video, or at least I think it'll be shorter. They always start off in my head shorter, and then it grows from there. But we will be talking about Western Legends Blood Money. But before we do, for those not aware, if you haven't been watching other videos or whatnot, just be aware that the Massive Darkness Hellscape giveaway is on this video over here. The Massive Darkness 2 updates, I'll include a link down below. You have to comment in that video. The winner will be picked on Sunday. So it's not a lot of time here, but the campaign ends on Tuesday. I wanted to give people enough time to cancel their pledge in case they won. So yeah, head on over to this video, comment on this video, just say hi, just say whatever you want, honestly. I'm totally fine with it. Anything at all is eligible. Whatever. Anything at all is eligible. From there, Western Legends Blood Money. So, Western Legends is by Kolossal Games, and this is the third Kickstarter from them. The first one in 2018, they came out with Western Legends. After that, they came out with Ante-Up, and then now they have Blood Money, which is supposedly the final game in the trilogy. At the same time, it says it's the final game in the trilogy, but at the same time, the final chapter of the Western Legends saga. At the same time, I know they talked in this campaign about the possibility of a big box, so I don't know how or where that would even show up, because it's probably not going to be in a fourth installment. Maybe it'll be in the Pledge Manager. I don't really know. Either way, what do we know about this game? So, really a lot, and honestly, there's a lot of videos you can watch, but basically, if you don't already know, Western Legends is a sandbox game. It's a 7.7 on BoardGameGeek. Overall, it seems to be very well liked. This is a game that it's a sandbox game. You're moving around, you're exploring, you're doing a lot of stuff to basically, well, have fun on this adventure or whatnot. Ante-Up introduced some modules to a degree. It wasn't really modular, but they were sort of modules. It added a board element, it added a train track, it added different elements to the game, and Blood Money is the first one that is really truly more modular. It adds different expansions content to the game that we can see over here. We have, let me see what we have over here. We have we have a danger element, new injury cards. We have a risk die where you can choose to roll a die. You might take a wound, but you might get rewards. We have the traveling trader. We have deeds, which are these plots of land that you can own the various locations in the game. We have a story system, which is a big part of it, where there's a story area, and you have the story card, and you'll see a few story cards each game, and you have to fulfill certain objectives and whatnot, and that can really add a lot to the game. We have new characters and unique game modes. There's a lot going on in this game, and it really is a modular expansion. It adds a lot of content to a game that, if you like the game, you'll probably like this expansion. Keep in mind, I haven't played it, but from everything I've seen, if you like the game, this is just more of the stuff you like, and you can push or pull whatever, not push or pull, you can pick and choose the elements that you want to add to the game to suit yourself, to make it work for you. That's basically it. It's like I said, this is going to be a short video because there's not a ton to cover here. But let's cover the value, because that's really the whole point of this channel to a degree, or at least some of the point of this channel. In terms of the value, should you back this, should you not? Well, it's really pretty simple, honestly, and that's kind of, if you want it, back it, but also don't feel like you need to back it. Now, what I mean by that is, they're Kolossal Games in general. What they tend to do with their games, they don't tend to have a lot of Kickstarter exclusive content. Rather, they price fix their games, so their games are not available. You're not able to get these as heavily discounted as you might get some other Kickstarter. So you don't have to worry about Western Legends or any of the games you back here showing up at retail for a quarter of the cost or whatnot, and then feeling like you supported the Kickstarter, you were betrayed, all that. They solved this game. They solved this problem by going the Chip Theory Games route of having available content, having a good product, and then price fixing the game so others can't get it at a deep discount, which can suck for people who want deep discounts in retail, but it does work as a system. And we're likely going to see the same thing here. This game is available in a few different options, a few different pledges. The first is a $10 backer appreciation pack, which is a bunch of extras you can get for the game. It's a bunch of stuff that you can add to the game in terms of updating different components, bringing you up to speed, basically, for a low, moderate cost. At $30, you get the Bounty Hunter, which is the Blood Money expansion, and that's going to be $30, and it will include the backer appreciation pack. It's worth noting at this point that the stretch goals in this campaign are not going into their own little tiny expansions like they had in the past. They had things like, I don't remember the names of them, but they had different small expansions that stretch goals would build up into. But in this campaign, the stretch goals are instead going directly into the Blood Money expansion. So at $30, and that'll be roughly $8 shipping if in the US, it'll be different shipping depending on where you are. But so $38 total to get the backer appreciation kit plus all the stuff in the Blood Money expansion. And then for $150, nope, not that one. For $150, we have the complete saga over here, which will give you everything. It'll give you the base game, it'll give you Ante-Up, Fistful of Extras, Good, Bad, the Handsome, basically everything that was available. Some extra things are available in the Pledge Manager, so it's not a complete all-in, but you can take a look at there's a whole list of what's available there in terms of the Pledge Manager itself and adding on there. So what are those options? Well, $10 is not a bad one, but it's $10. So, do you want those extras? Do you not want the expansion? Decide that for yourself. I'm not going to focus on that one from a value perspective. The $30 Bounty Hunter expansion, this is likely going to be a little bit less than Ante Up. Ante Up is a game that tends to be available for the $40 range or so, and it sometimes more, sometimes less, but in that range. And this one is going to be $38 for the backer appreciation kit plus the game. So you're likely going to see the same thing, same price point available later down the road. So if you're not interested right now, or if you're on the fence, you kind of want the expansion, but you don't want to get it right now, you don't want to deal with whatever, you can probably get it for roughly the same price later. I don't know about the backer appreciation kit, which is why I would recommend backing it now if you have prior content. I don't know the availability of how that's going to play out and whether that'll affect it. You're likely just better off getting this now if you want that. But if you're patient and you don't really mind the extra 5, 10, whatever it's going to be, then yeah, waiting is not the worst thing either. This will be available. You don't have to worry about exclusive stuff and whatnot. It'll be available down the road. And then alternatively, if you want to go for the full $150 complete saga, which is not something they did in Ante Up, by the way. In Ante Up, they offered the base game, and then they kind of figured out stuff in the Pledge Manager, but they didn't offer an all-in pledge in the campaign. But the complete saga gives you everything. It gives you all the stuff for the game for $150 plus roughly $15 shipping or somewhere in that range. And that's overall, that's a great deal. Basically, if you looked at what copies of Ante Up sell for, if you look for copies of Western Legends plus Ante Up on the secondary market, they tend to sell for in the range of $120 to $135. So getting everything at $150 plus shipping is a good deal. It's not an amazing blow it out of the park deal. It's not the best thing you'll ever see, but it certainly is a comparable deal. Plus, of course, you get it earlier. So if you've been interested in this game, now is a good time to check it out because it will hold its value to a degree. You're not going to be making a ton of money on this, but nor will you lose money either. Like I said, because of the price fixing and because of the lack of tons of exclusive or hard to get stuff, they tend to fall into a good price point of, hey, if you like this, back it. It has a good, across the board, it generally has good ratings. I mean, 7.7 is nothing to sneeze at. At the same time, if you want a counter opinion, I recommend looking at No Puns Included. No Pun Included had a video on Western Legends that, if you want a counter opinion of why it might not be a game for you, that's a great video to check out. There are definitely people who felt it was either a little too tedious, a little too fiddly, not the right fit. This is a game that will thrive at in different game groups, at different player counts. It'll be right for you, but who is you in this question? It could be it could be right for you, it could be wrong for someone else. It's not a game for everyone. So check out their reviews, check out their opinions to see if it's for you, because at the end of the day, while you're not losing money, you are tying your money up for a year and you have to go through the hassle of selling it later. So do try to look into whether you think this is a game for you. It's an open world sandbox adventure, lots of fun things happening in this game. It definitely seems interesting and a game that you should check out. As far as myself, I haven't decided. I've been pushing off Western Legends for a long time. I've been trying to avoid backing it for a long time. This is a game that has been always on my radar, but one that thematically I'm not pulled in. I don't know why. Western themed games just don't do it for me. I don't know why. And yeah, there's a lot of things that I like about this game. I mean, like I said, I just gave you No Pun Included as a reference. Check out Dice Tower's review of this. He loves this game. Tom thinks it's a great game. It's an excellent game. And so there's different opinions out there. There's different opinions, and ultimately you're going to have to make up your own. For myself, I'm probably just going to kick the bucket down the road, and maybe a few years from now, if the price goes down in the secondary market, I'll get it. But like I said, if you are interested, this is certainly a good time to pick it up. That is basically it. That is Western Legends. Like I said, a short video. We're actually getting in under 10 minutes here. This is phenomenal. I feel so proud of myself. Until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from BoardGameCo. I hope you in some way found this useful. It's less content than my usual stuff, but there's less to go over here. I haven't played the game, so I don't have the breadth of knowledge that I normally would, or the passion for it that I normally would. It is one that I am certainly interested in. It's a decent price. Time for you to make a decision for yourself. Until next time, I am Alex from BoardGameCo. You can subscribe down below, like this video, share, and don't forget the contest. Head on over to Masters of Darkness 2 updates over here, and don't forget to, post a little comment there. And as well, Quacklope has his own contest going on. You'll have to head over to, where are my videos here? You'll have to head over to a conversation with a duck over here and quack on this video. That will get you entered into Jesse's contest for a whole bunch of other stuff, including Kingdom Death Monster, which I think is an amazing game, an incredible game, and is totally worth every single cent. Until next time, have a good one.